Hello friends, want to welcome you out to the webinar today. Going to talk about a ninja goal setting strategy that is going to help you out tons. And we're going to start right now. I want to welcome my replay viewers right now. This is going to be a hot topic and very strategic, really important. I've learned to develop this strategy from Jim Rohn, and it's been extremely helpful for me. And I got to tell you, if you could nail down somehow some kind of a strategic goal-setting strategy, it's going to make all the difference in the world. And unfortunately, half of the people that listen to this webinar or one like it are probably going to click out, and those who stick on and actually write down their goals, half of those will probably give up on them. And so we want to take this really seriously and strategically. And so again, I want to welcome my replay viewers. I promise you're going to get a ton of value right now. These are our techniques and strategies that I've learned from Jim Rohn, and I hope that you apply them. Now, this is the reality. People that are tremendously successful always do goals. Those who are losing constantly never even write down a goal. And so that's how important it is. It kind of seems like a boring topic, and I'm not here to entertain, but I'm here to give you some absolute value. And I hope that you take this extremely seriously. I want you to do well in any business that you have. My goal in my team is to help 400 people earn at least $4,000 a month or more in their business. And whether it's your internet business, your real estate business, your internet marketing business, whatever your business is, I want you to be successful in it. And so I'm going to give you some strategies right now that you could go home with, that you could actually do and implement and see action on finally in your life. What I'm going to show you right now are things that are going to be powerful. And just so you know where I'm coming from, when I started doing internet marketing, for example, by the third month, I was already making $4,300 a month, and then I started making $4,000 and $5,000 a month, and then I hit an $11,000 a month. So I know how to do this online. So I'm going to help you with some goal setting strategies right now that are going to be really powerful. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I want to welcome the replay viewers. I've got to get some glasses on to look at a couple notes here. But anyway, just a second here. My wife just came in. Okay. She just got back from shopping, and her parents dropped by to give her some paperwork. But anyway, I'm going to continue on with the webinar and give you the value that you need. So anyway, if you get value, and I promise you will, feel free to share by swiping down or sideways on your device here and click the share button, and also make sure to follow by clicking the people button below and click follow. And leave me some hearts if you get some value from this by just clicking the screen 3 or 4 or 5 times. I'm just kind of interested. How many of you right now, believe that setting goals and writing goals down is essential in your business? Okay, tap the screen if you agree with me. Okay, if you don't, then don't tap on it. But if you agree with me, tap on the screen that goals are important. Okay, now with that being said, I'm going to give you a strategy here that you may or may not have ever seen before. And I've tried different kinds of goal setting strategies, and I don't think I've ever seen one that is better organized and more effective than Jim Rohn's strategies. I'm sure there's others out there that are just as good. I've never seen one quite as good and as simple as this. So we're going to simplify this. The goal setting strategy right now. So what I want you to do is this. This is going to be a little bit different Periscope, and it's going to be participatory. In other words, I need you to write some stuff down. I want you to write some stuff down. And then some of these things we're not going to have time to do right now because I want to keep this Periscope within a reasonable time. So some of it you're going to do now, some of it I'm going to have you do later. But I want you to take it seriously nonetheless. So anyway, what I'm going to show you is this. Just a second. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is this. I'm going to have you write down some goals on a sheet of paper. And I want you to do this. I want you to, if you can find a sheet of paper somewhere around, I'll give you a second to find that. Either lined paper or computer paper, or it could be a notebook like this that I have, or it could be a Word document on your computer if you happen to have your computer next to you like I do right now. Open up a Word document or a piece of paper or something. Let's write some stuff down. Now, what we're going to do first, let me just kind of give you an outline of what we're going to be doing, okay? We're going to do some brainstorming session where I'm going to have you write down real quickly the top goals that come to mind. Long-term goals and short-term goals. We're going to call these 10-year, 5-year, 3-year, 10-year, 5-year, 3-year, and 1-year goals for now. And on a different Periscope, we're going to talk about short-term goals and daily planning. But for right now, let's just talk about the long-term goals and how to brainstorm and write those out. Now, so on a sheet of paper, I'm going to have you write down goals real quickly. Now, we're not going to go into detail on all of the specifics of every single goal. I'm just going to have you brainstorm and write a whole bunch down. And then after that, I'm going to show you how to categorize those goals into long-term goals, 10-year, 5-year, 3-year, and 1-year goals. And then we're going to talk about what to do with those goals. And like I said, we're not going to have time to do everything right now, but I'm going to have you do some of it now and some of it at home. Okay, so this is what I'm going to have you do right now. Those of you who just jumped on this call, we're going to talk about a ninja goal-setting power strategy that is very effective, and I originally learned this from Jim Rohn. Here's the book that I learned it from right here. Jim Rohn's book, Strategies for Wealth and Happiness. Those of you who don't know Jim Rohn, you might want to check him out because he is extremely influential in our niche. So anyway, on a sheet of paper, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to talk to you as if you're my best friend. My best friend his name is Jeff Thomas, and I'm going to talk to you as if you were my best friend, Jeff. And some of the things that I'm going to talk you through are going to be real positive, and other times I might be a little bit tough. So what I want you to do right now, okay, as fast as you can, on a separate sheet of paper, I want you to list as many long-term goals. I'm saying 1 to 10-year goals. As many 1 to 10-year goals as you can. Now, don't worry about if they're 1 or 10 years. We just want long-term goals starting at 1 to 10 years. Okay, so 1 to 10 years, and I want this to be a fast brainstorming session as quick as you can. Don't worry about all the details. For example, if you want a Jaguar XJ, 280 or whatever they're called, don't just put Jag on it. Or if you want a 2016 Corvette, just write Corvette. So I just want you to write down real quickly a list of as many things as you can think of. And what I've done is, just to give you an idea, I've got a little memory jogger here, and I just made long range goals. And incidentally, guys, I'm going to put a paper like this on my website at workwithjacklater.com. So I want you to list down as many as you can. If you could do 50, that would be great. So I want you to start right now, okay? And I'm going to give you a few memory joggers as you're writing. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and write right now. Now, don't click out. Those of you who are tempted to just say, this is like I've done this thing before, or maybe you've never done it and don't think it's important. If you don't think this is important, then maybe you ought to click out. But if you're serious about your business, write down as many as you possibly can. Okay? Now here's a couple of memory joggers right here. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to see? What do you want to have? Where do you want to go? What would I like to share? What would you like to share? Okay, I'm going to let you write right now. Hopefully your pins are flying and you're writing feverishly. Just start writing. Now it's important, guys, that this is not a one-time event, that you go back to the goal setting frequently. And again, this is not an entertaining hangout. This is not an entertaining Periscope. I'm going to give you some strategies that will actually help you make money and reach your goals. Okay, a goal not written down is just a wish, and a wish is not going to get you anywhere. Okay, so go ahead and start writing down as fast as you can. And since this is always for me an ongoing process, I'm going to rewrite my goals right now as you're writing. So those of you who just came on, we're doing a power strategy session on goal setting. It's going to be very, very helpful and ninja for you. And like I said, this came from Jim Rohn from this book right here, which I love. And we're writing down 50 goals real quickly, and then we're going to go on to 2 other strategies that are very, very powerful that you've probably never seen before. Okay, so again, as we're writing, ask yourself, what do I want to do? What do I want to be? What do I want to see? What do I want to have? Where do I want to go? And what would I like to share? Okay, so I'm going to be writing mine down as we go also. Okay, I hope you're writing down. Again, 1 to 10 year goals. I hope you have at least 10 by now. If not, just keep writing. And if you have to, we run out of time on this webinar, continue to write after this Periscope right now. And this is what I'm going to say. Those of you who are really serious, again, why am I qualified to do this? I've reached the top 10 of 3 different internet marketing systems. That's competing among tens of thousands of different affiliates. So the way I look at it is that you can either learn from your mistakes, or you can learn from mentors. Okay, which way you want to go? Which way is going to be a shorter time frame? Yeah, this is going to take you some time. Some people will say, I don't have time to do this. I don't even have time to stay on this hangout. Those that are jumping off, either they don't know me well enough, or number 2, they don't care about their goals, or they don't think they're important. Okay, they're absolutely essential. Ask anybody who's made over $500,000 in a year, or even less than that, $200,000 in a year. Ask them if they've written down goals or not. I'll bet you the majority of them, or almost all of them, have written down their goals. Okay, let's stop putting it off. Okay. Okay, we're writing down some more goals. Let's see here. Let's take another couple of minutes to finish writing down some goals. I know you're probably not going to have time to write all 50 of them during this Periscope, but let's get as many as we can. Let's take a couple more minutes, and then you can finish the rest of this. Mainly I'm showing you a technique, and I want to get you started. We're not going to finish it all right now. There's not time on this short Periscope, but I do want you to finish it, and let's finish things, okay? This is one thing that you got to do, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed when you do an activity like that, saying, I got something else to do and I can't do it. Well, I'm going to give you the techniques right now, and then you can finish it when we get off this Periscope. If you got something urgent you need to do, let's just get back to it. But if you have, 10, 15 minutes right now, let's get it finished, okay? So anyway, let's go ahead and move on. I know that we don't have enough time to write all 50 of them, but so again, I'm going to leave it up to you to write the rest of them down on your own. But before you go, I'm going to give you a couple more strategies that you really need to do, okay? They're absolutely essential. I'm going to have you do something important with this list. Several different things with this list that are going to help you. And yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time right now, but it will pay off in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, etc. So, okay. So, for example, one of my goals is to retire by the time I'm 65. And so what am I going to do, on a weekly basis, daily basis to make that to be accomplished? Now, what I'm going to have you do is, first of all, before we get to that point on what we're going to do on a daily basis, we'll do that on another hangout. But what I want you to do is, on this list, I want you to write a number beside each of the items that you have on the list, okay? And I want you to write a 1 beside the 1-year goals. I want you to write a 3 beside the 3-year goals. I want you to write a 5 beside the 5-year goals and a 10 beside the 10-year goals. We want to categorize every single one of these, okay? So that they're at the forefront of our mind and in our planning. Maxwell Maltz talked about our minds like a servo mechanism, that if you could visualize your goals in a vivid way with color and action and emotion, then you're much more likely to achieve those goals than if you're just kind of thinking about them haphazardly in your mind. So anyway, we want to write 1, 3, 5, or 10 beside every single one of those goals. So let's take a couple of minutes and just write a 1, 3, 5, or a 10, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 1, 3, 5, or a 10 beside every goal that you wrote down. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so I'm going to have you go ahead and do that right now and finish those up. 1, 3, 5, or 10. Okay, now that you have the idea, I know you're probably not completely done, but I don't want this to be longer than it has to be. Like I said, those of you who just joined me on this Periscope right now, I'm talking about right now, and we're actually doing a goal setting strategy. It's a ninja goal setting strategy. I learned this from Jim Rohn. I've used other strategies before, but they weren't nearly as concrete and as strategic and as effective as what I'm showing you right now, that was taught and developed by Jim Rohn, highly successful motivational trainer and business trainer. And again, like I said, I've reached the top 10 of 3 different internet marketing and network marketing systems. And I've implemented many of these ideas, and I'm perfecting them right now, even as we talk. So some of them I've done, some of them I haven't done. I'll admit I haven't been perfect at this myself, and that's one reason why I'm doing this in the kind of detail that I'm walking you through myself. So I'm doing it as you're doing it. I don't do things, I don't teach things that I don't do, and I'm doing this. Okay, so 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and 10 years. So write 1, 3, 5, and 10. So, beside every single one of the items that I just had you write down. Okay. Now, the next thing I want you to do, and you can do this when we get off the hangout here, is with those goals. Okay, with those goals, what I want you to do is I want you to look through the goals first and look for balance. Okay, I want you to see how many 1 year goals, 3 year goals, 5 year goals, and 10 year goals you have. And as you look through that list, if there's an imbalance, then I want you to balance it up. Now you may need to add more goals than the number you have. You may need to go beyond 40 or 50 or 60, but keep writing goals down until you have as balanced a list as you possibly can have. Okay. So if you have 1 year, 3, 5, okay, so we want you 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and 10 year goals. So you should have about roughly 12 items in each category, roughly. Okay, doesn't have to be exact, but you're aiming for balance. That's your goal. Your goal is to aim for balance here in this strategic ninja goal setting strategy. Now, what's so ninja about? Well, the next part is what's going to be a little bit more ninja, okay? And it's simple. I believe in keeping things as simple as we possibly can. So, let's do this. Just a second. Gonna get a drink. Okay, now that you have 1, 3, 5, and 10 year goals lined out and described and not described, but enumerated, now what we want to do is we want to put life into those goals, okay, and get a lot more detail. Now, so what I want you to do is, let's start with the 1 year goals. Actually, the sheet I have it doesn't matter if you start with 1 or 10 years. I've got actually a 10 year goal. So let's start with the 10 year goal. So what I'm going to have you do when you get off this hangout is for each goal, you've got multiple goals. I want you to pick from the 10 year goals. I want you to pick 4. I want you to pick 4 of the most significant 10 year goals that you have. Okay, the most significant 10 year goals. You might have 12 of them listed, but I just want you to pick 4. Okay, 4 of the most important, specific goals that you just want to have. You have to have. Okay, 4 of them. Now, this is what I want you to do. For each goal, each of those 4 goals, I want you to write a detailed description of the goal and also why. Now, the detailed description should have, if you can, as well as you can, include color and action and emotion to each one of those goals. Color, action, and emotion, if you can, okay? And you might want to write this down somewhere. Color, action, and emotion to each goal. And like Maxwell Mall said in his book, putting those elements in there, visualizing as well as you can with color and action and emotion, will make those present tense, and you have to make them present tense, make them real, so that they're happening right now. That is something that is absolutely attainable. Okay, so a detailed description of what you want. Okay, and with color, action, emotion, and present tense. Color, action, emotion, and present tense. And then I want you to describe the reason why you want to achieve or acquire that item. The reason why you want to achieve or acquire that item. And let me just show you what I did. Now, you can do this on a Word document or on a notepad like this. I do mine on a Word document, and I've got a template here. In fact, I'm going to put it on workwithjacklater.com, and I'm going to see if I can put this in PDF format on my blog. So here it is right now. I don't know if you can see this. Okay. But it's got 10-year goals, use color, action, emotion, and I didn't have present tense, and I got it right, present tense. I forgot to write that on there, but okay, so detailed description of what you want and why. And you see I've left just a paragraph on each one. So a paragraph on detailed description, a paragraph on why, on number 1. Then number 2, detailed description, 1 paragraph, why, 2nd paragraph. Okay, number 3, again, next page, description of the goal and then why. And then 4, description of the goal and why. So that's the 10-year goal, okay? You could probably whip this out in about, I don't know, about 20 minutes. Probably, not probably, but absolutely worth it, even if it takes you 30. So 15 to 30 minutes for the 10-year. Okay, then go to the 5-year goal, do the same thing. Okay, write a detailed description of each one, of what you want, what it looks like, what it smells like, how it drives, how it looks. For example, I want to serve another mission for my church. I served one mission already, and I want to serve another mission to a foreign country. And I'm going to describe, the sights, the sounds, the people that I help, and in detail, and then why. I've got a big why for that. Very important. So anyway, a detailed description of the goal and why for the 10-year goal, the 5-year goal, the 3-year goal, and the 1-year goal. And then on another Periscope, probably tomorrow's Periscope, we'll go into more detail on the short-term stuff and daily action plans. And so anyway, I hope you got a lot of value from that, because it's very powerful stuff. If this was helpful for you, feel free to share by swiping either up and down or sideways and clicking the share button. Also, leave me some hearts by tapping the screen there and letting me know if this was helpful for you. Okay? If this was helpful, tap the screen a few times and let me know if it was helpful. It's powerful stuff, so I want you to take action on this, and I'll put a PDF of these documents. I'll have these on my blog, and I'm going to try to get that done sometime today, so that it's available. But even if I've got several other things that I'm doing today, so if for some reason you're not able to find that, just make up your own format. So again, let me show you the 2 formats again that you can do. Either you can make it on your own, or I've been having problems uploading PDFs on my website, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get that today or not in a PDF format on my blog. So if you don't see it, just make your own. So long range goals, you got 50 of them. I just started writing my own here. So 1 through 50 long range goals, and then you want to make several templates that have 10-year goals, 10, 5, 10, 5, 3, and 1-year goals, and then description of the goal and why. Description of the goal and why. You see that? Okay, that's what I'm doing. That's what I want you to do, because I want you to achieve your goal. I want to see 500 people reach $4,000 a month or more. I hope that that's one of your goals. I hit $4,000 my 3rd month. I hope that would be your goal, because that's the vision that I have for my team, is to see 500 people reach $4,000 a month or more in their business. And what I did is I hit $4,000 my 3rd month, and by my 5th, 6th, and 7th month, I was making $4,000 and $5,000 a month, and by my 11th month, I hit $11,000. So you could do this, okay? And I've been able to hit the top 10 in 3 different internet marketing systems and a network marketing company, and that's competing among tens of thousands. So why can't you do it? Okay, I consider myself an average person with average skills, and I'm somebody who failed a computer class. So let's not use excuses. Let's just set the goals, and then you'll find a way or make a way to make those happen. So I hope that this is of extreme value to you. Make sure to go to workwithjacklater.com and get more tips and tricks and ideas and strategies. I also teach a lot about internet marketing and how to get leads online. And specifically, if you are battling getting leads into your business, you need to download my 8-step checklist. and video walkthrough to 30 to 50 leads per day. And you can find that at workwithjacklater.com. Again, that's workwithjacklater.com. Make sure to download my 8-step checklist and video walkthrough to 30 to 50 leads per day, because you can do it. Make it a great day. Bye.